What's up, guys? Welcome back to Ross Talks. This is Rustic. Today we're going to be taking a look at Tesla's chart. We're going to look at where price came from, where price ended on Friday, and where price could potentially head into the rest of the week. Before we get started, don't forget to check out some of the links in the description below. Access to the Ross Talks Trading Discord, Gamma Edge, which is who we use on Ross Talks for our options data provider, as well as some other links. So go ahead and check that out in the description below. We're going to take a high time frame drop down analysis of Tesla today. We're going to start off by looking at the monthly chart. I got a nice clear chart here, so I'm going to set it up with you. If you're following along, we're using TradingView. Again, we're on the 1 month chart. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to do is I want to recognize the current dealer range that we're in on the high time frame with our range high and low. We'll start with that. We got 488.12 as our high and 101.36 as our low. You can see we're in a nice bullish move up on the monthly chart. Got a nice bullish candle, but we're still sitting inside of a fair value gap right there. So I want to note that just by putting the high of that fair value gap. So I'm going to put it as a red line. It's a bearish fair value gap. We put 1 month minus fair value gap. Okay, so that's really what I care about. I don't care about the low right now because we're pushing up into it. We're already inside of it, but I want to see a 373.33 close above, whether that's this month, whether that's in June, it doesn't really matter, but that's the target that we want to see, a break above that 337.33 to see continuation and potentially making a run on that 488.12. Okay, but right now, again, we're inside that fair value gap. We'll also mark out these previous lows here because that's an internal range. We had that sell off from high to low here. So inside of our wide range, we have this smaller internal range and we have that low. So breaking below 215.69, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon given the current price, could lead us to potentially make a run at 139 or even 101, right? But right now we're pushing higher. So we're going to look at more look at bullish targets, right, to the upside. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the 1 week chart now. So the 1 week chart, the biggest thing that pops out right now is just this gap, right? That is a weekly gap, and that's from May 5th, going into May 12th. So in that week, we saw that gap up. Right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark off the candle body open and close there. Okay. There's volume imbalance in there. Price has not traded these wicks, so there's still, untraded territory in there. And then there's the, the opening and close price in that candle as well. So that's going to be kind of a key area that I'd be, if we were to push down, because you can also see we had an inside week. So this is an undecisive candle, does not give us any direction, but breaking below our first kind of indication on a weekly chart would be breaking below 321.43 could open the door to completely fill this gap here down to 298.73. Below that we have the order block right here, okay, and we have additional order blocks below. But if we get below 298.73, we could look for further downside. Okay, now on the weekly chart, I'm not going to leave it on, but I do want to take a look at our fib retracements. Okay, so we've just got back to equilibrium. In the Discord, we were calling out the move up to equilibrium. We're saying once we get up there, price is in premium price. We could see rejection anywhere in there, right? Kind of ideally, we'd like to get to that golden pocket or the optimal trade entry range there, 384.08 to 407.78, right? This is where we'd most likely see rejection, but again, currently rejecting equilibrium. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit more downside. That again, we come into this gap fill, right? There's no gaps along here. So the only other things we got cooking down in that range, again, we got an order block that could act as support right here, right? And then we have lowest down close candle. We could say that wick, or we could say the order block. One of these order blocks down here, right, would likely also hold the support. But this would be kind of our first level of support down to 271.48 would be the low of that order block. I'm going to remove that. Again, we got our gap fill. I'm going to remove the fibs as well. But just knowing that 384 up to 408-ish is kind of our optimal trade entry. We could see rejection there with a lower high and then push down to test, again, one of the order block supports down below. If we go to the daily chart, zoom in a little bit more there. The daily chart, we also have some gaps in there. It's going to be in that same kind of area, right? So I'm not going to put any additional lines on there. I'm just looking, to see if price comes back down to fill that, below 321.43. Beyond that, we do have, kind of some imbalances here as well, and this is going to be down where that order block is. So wouldn't be surprised that if we did start selling and we could come back under 300, right? We have some additional gaps down here that haven't been filled either, but we're not there yet. So I'm not going to put too much weight on those right now, because first, we got to get down here to this weekly gap. Now you can see we've made this nice move up. We saw this consolidation, right? Now we're starting to see that expansion. First indication that we'd be breaking down would be a daily close below this level. And actually, let's go ahead and mark that as a horizontal ray. Okay, we have this candle body low at 331.66. Okay, closing a daily candle below 331.66 can then lead us to head to that weekly gap at 321.43 down to, right around 300, 298.73. Okay, so that's going to be our first kind of line in the sand. Right now we held that. You see we had a weekly inside week. We also have an inside day on Friday. So again, a candle of indecision as we're seeing some consolidation. You might also mark off looks like our trading view closed real fast. Hold on a minute. All right, you might also mark off this consolidation range, right, from high to low here. And that still gives us that low that we're, seeing if price breaks down below, right? But also breaking above 350.33, and we can go ahead and put a horizontal ray there as well. So that's our inside range, or that's our range, our consolidation range right now. Breaking above 355 will open the door to targeting that the top of that monthly fair value gap, which would be 373.33. Above that, we can see that breakout, right? And we have some gaps to fill up here as well. So right above, we got that gap right there. Okay, and I would actually put this up closed candle. Okay, that's going to be an order block right there. So this would kind of be, my target right up there around that 400. Now, a cool thing is that we have gamma support up to 400 going into June, right? That kind of looks like our top right now. We don't have really any higher levels for gamma above that. So 400 does look like it'll probably offer resistance unless we start to see, delta kick in, gamma kick in at higher strikes above 400. But right now that's the ceiling. So that's what we're aiming for. And you can see that would be a nice move down, then that retracement up, probably seeing that rejection around that 400 and then coming back down here into the mid 300s, right? You can see here, if we highlight that range, right, this is a range that we're going to be watching, that if we push up, right, from here to find that rejection around 400, I would expect this to come back into this range somewhere, holding above 321, but most likely holding above 325, right, and then kind of cocking back for that next move higher, right? That next move higher is going to ultimately be, pushing up on these buy side levels, 493.87, 465.33, and then ultimately trying to make that push onto 488 as we attack that 500 level that everybody's been waiting so long for us to hit. That's all I'm going to take a look at today. That gives you some nice ideas of kind of where some of the support is, where that likely resistance is, some of our high time frame targets for resistance and support, and likely the direction that we're heading moving forward into the next few months with Tesla. Hopefully this has been helpful for you guys. Don't forget to check out the description, like the video, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel. Every little bit helps. Also catch us over during market hours on X, posting some different stuff there, as well as other tickers. And good luck, happy holiday for tomorrow. No trading session, and we'll see you guys in the Discord or in the live rooms on Tuesday.